Good morning, students. Today we are going to deal with an important topic, that is occipito-posterior position, and I think it is difficult to understand without dummy pelvis, but I will try my best. What is malposition? Any position of the vertex other than the flexed occipito-anterior. In cephalic presentation, when the occiput is in relation to posterior quadrant of the pelvis, that is, placed posteriorly over the sacroiliac joint or sacrum, it is said to be an occipito-posterior position. It is the commonest of all abnormal presentation. In this slide, you will see the fetus in posterior presentation. Types: right occipito-posterior, when the occiput is placed over the right sacroiliac joint, and left occipito-posterior, when the occiput is placed over the left sacroiliac joint. Incidence: at the time of onset of labor, it is found in about 1/4 of all vertex presentation. Normal mechanism of labor in occipito-anterior position is during second stage of labor. In 9 out of 10 cases, a long internal rotation through 3/8 of the circle occurs, bringing the occiput forward beneath the pubic arch. Failure of the above mechanism occurs in about 10% of the cases, and occipito-posterior position occurs. Right occipito-posterior position is 5 times more common than the left occipito-posterior because dextrorotation of the uterus and presence of sigmoid colon on the left disfavors left occipito-posterior position. The type of pelvis which is common for occipito-posterior position is android, anthropoid, and sacralization of the fifth lumbar vertebra. Other causes are deflexed head, uterine inertia, full bladder, and loaded bowel. In this slide, you will see the type of pelvis. There are 4 types of pelvis: gynecoid, platypoid, anthroid, and android. More than 50% of the cases are associated with anthropoid or android pelvis. Diagnosis: during pregnancy, by abdominal examination, contour of the abdomen, we find that lower part below the umbilicus lacks the rounded contour of anterior position. Umbilical grip: non-engagement of the head even at 38 weeks or later, especially in the primigravida. Absence of convexity of the back. Easy palpation of limbs upon both sides of the midline. Palpation of anterior shoulder usually felt 3 inches away from the midline. Deflexed head may be apparent by pelvic grip, occiput and sinciput being felt on the same level. Pelvic grip: head is not engaged, sinciput not felt as in well-flexed occipito-posterior position. Auscultation: position of FHS towards the flanks, occasionally in right occipito-posterior position, best heard in midline below umbilicus. In labor, after rupture of membrane, on vaginal examination, anterior frontal nail is detected anteriorly, lying within easy reach. Position can also be made out by noting the direction in which the unfolded lobe of the ear points, as shows in the slide. Mechanism of labor. In favorable condition, flexion of the head occurs, then internal rotation of the head by 3/8 of the circle anteriorly and shoulder 2/8 of the circle occupy right oblique diameter in right occipito-posterior or left oblique diameter in left occipito-posterior. Further descent as occipito-anterior position, then restitution, external rotation, and birth of the shoulder and trunk. In unfavorable condition, incomplete forward rotation occurs, causes deep transverse arrest, non-rotation, and malrotation, as shown in the slide. Management. In first stage of labor, bed rest to avoid early rupture of membranes and subsequent cord prolapse. Patient may be advised to lie down upon the left side in right occipito-posterior and upon the right side in left occipito-posterior position. This affects the uterine obliquity, promoting flexion. Management for incoordinate uterine action, which is often associated. In second stage of labor, since 9 out of every 10 cases and naturally in forward rotation, spontaneous delivery is awaited in most of the cases. When occiput turns into sacral hollow, face to pubis delivery occurs. Prophylactically, episiotomy should be done as there is risk of severe perineal laceration because wide posterior part of the head descends the perineum instead of merging between the labia, and longer diameter of the head engages in occipitofrontal, that is 4.5 inches. Management of persistent occipito-posterior position or deep transverse arrest of the head, manual rotation and forceps extraction. Forceps or ventouse with deep episiotomy. Caesarean section indicated in cephalopelvic disproportion, uterine inertia with fetal or maternal distress, and when the fetus is dead, craniotomy should be done. Partogram should be maintained during the mechanism of labor. Thank you.